It feels like such a long time since I saw you, Duren. Tell me what's with that hairstyle. You don't actually think it suits you, do you? It's dreadful. Shut up, you two. This is hardly the time to be talking about my hair. Adol, and everyone else here too. I'm sorry for keeping so many secrets from all of you. How long have you been lying to us? Ever since I met you in that bar in Kaznan after you'd lost your memories. I told you I first met you as an information dealer, right? Well, that's not actually how it happened.
What?
Pretty low, Duren. You'd better have a good explanation for all this. And don't give me any of that you'll understand when you're older crap. I'll bite you so hard. You have your reasons, I trust. Of course. This is a village where the descendants of those who committed an unforgivable sin in the distant past live in secret. And everything that we have done relates to that incident. An unforgivable sin. What do you mean? The Elder is going to explain all of that to you very soon. We'll take you to his residence now and show you around the village along the way. Yeah, no more secrets. We'll tell you everything there. Well, I'm intrigued. Come on, Adol. The Elder's house is the one in front of the central tower. If there's anything else you want to explore before we get there, just say the word. Like Frida's house. Come on, now there's nothing to see there. Now then, Adol, shall we be off? So, you'll notice that we only have Adol and Duren. It's weird. So we can poke around, and this city is, well, the last city was technologically based. This one is alchemically based. You'll notice that everything is like covered in potions and potion bottles and other potions, poisons and other potions. Here we go. Blue fire, how mysterious. Wait, this house is... Well, if it isn't Duren. I think I'm too old to be called little anymore. Who's this? Is this your mother? My mother? Oh, come on now, Duren. Is the idea really so horrific? I'm afraid your guess is incorrect, however. I'm actually Frida's mother. I see. Now that you mention it, I can kind of see the resemblance. You and Duren seem to get on well. Well, Duren and Frida have been friends since they were practically in diapers. They've never managed to move past that, though. You'd think they would have gone beyond friends a long time ago. You're still so young, Frida. How long are you going to keep dwelling on the past? Mother? What's wrong? I wonder what that was all about. I don't know, but suddenly it's gotten pretty awkward in here. Never mind. Do feel free to make yourselves at home. With all you youngsters around, I feel more energetic than ever. Interesting. Whoa! What is this place? Looks an awful lot like Lord Eldiel's room, but there seems to be an even bigger collection of books here. Surprised? We call this building the Black Archives. The Black Archives? Yeah. This place is like a collection of all of Danan's history and knowledge. Do you gather information about the outside world here as well? We do. I'll leave it to the Elder to explain it in more detail, however. Black Archives and its contents are closely linked to our purpose in this village. You know, this has been bothering me since we got here. I have to know, how did you get from here to Kaznan? Now that you mention it, you must have crossed the Sanctuary of Storms, right? Oh, that, he used the seams. Wait a minute, Frida, we can't just... Seems? I want to know more, too. I demand an explanation as payment for your despicable acts of deceit, Duren. What? With the giant mechanism like the one in the Sanctuary of Storms, there are bound to be a few gaps in the field, so to speak. We call them seams. In the Sanctuary of Storms, they're places where the lightning strikes happen with less frequency. I've got them memorized and traveled in and out of the primeval lands by exploiting them. We use the same basic principle to avoid losing our memories when we leave the area around Highland. I do understand the concept, but is such a thing really possible? Particularly considering how powerful Eldiel is. To an extent, yes, but there's a little more to it as well. Magic, I'm guessing? Magic, that's the power you wield, Kalilica, isn't it? Kind of. I use weapons and items that were charged with magic, but I can't use magic by itself. To use magic, you have to be able to control its energy on your own. Some of the know-how for doing that has been passed down here in Danon. The methods that are passed down here are the same as those that are used in the ancient kingdom of Celceta. I see. Although Duren doesn't use it very often. I'm not very good with it, and I don't really want to rely on the same power he did either. Wait, hold on. Why are we even talking about this? You're always so much fun to rile up. He really is, and he's so stupid he falls for it every time. Hey. The power he did. Who is he? Hello, is anybody home? Doesn't look like it. It seems as if no one has lived here for quite a while. Yeah, this house hasn't been used for a long time. Whose house is it? It belonged to someone Duren and I knew many years ago. As you can see, it's empty now. I brought them with me, Elder. Ah, so they're finally here. It's nice to meet you. Oh, spare me the self-introductions. I know all about you already, so you'll just be wasting your time. You want to know who we are, am I right? Ha, well, we're a tribe of people that turned their backs on the gods and destroyed an entire ancient civilization. What? I don't really understand. It happened a long time ago, far overseas. Our ancestors stole a mighty power from the gods and sank their land to the bottom of the ocean. But one of those gods, a certain Lord Eldiel as it were, forgave their sins and secretly brought them here to Celceta. Does that mean your ancestors lived in the kingdom of Celceta? The kingdom was full of good, honest people, including the benevolent king. It was far too nice a place for a tribe of sinners like us, so our ancestors settled here, underground, repenting for their sins and silently watching over the kingdom. But then something terrible happened. Something terrible? This is a story every man, woman, and child in this village knows by heart. Long ago, a winged sage came to Celceta. He gave the people wisdom and civilization, and in return, they revered him as a god. But one day, that god began to act with cruelty and malice, as if he'd become a different being altogether. Steadily, these acts of aggression grew until one day, he came to destroy the kingdom with his power. Was that god? It couldn't have been Lord Eldiel, could it? Sounds familiar at all? I believe you've witnessed something quite similar yourself. A certain winged acquaintance of yours suddenly behaving quite unlike himself and attacking without warning. No, that's not possible. I don't know the cause of this transformation, but the changes in Lord Eldiel's behavior now reflect a similar pattern to his past of destroying the kingdom of Celceta. So we decided to keep an eye on him, and on those who visited his tower as well. We thought that maybe we could be of some service to him, if the situation called for it. And then Adol was called to the tower, and, well, down he went. I see. So you're the one assigned to watch over Adol, then? Yeah, listen. Adol, I'm sorry for not telling you. It was just a lot on the line, and it was also, if I gained your trust, I could be at your side. I thought it'd be easier. It's hard to blame him now that we've heard all of it. Yeah, it's kind of a shame, really. Hey! Well, he was only doing what I ordered him to do, so don't be too hard on him now. Having you around was a big help. It's been a big help having you around, Duren. Your behavior has been suspicious on occasion, but now that we know the truth behind your actions, I feel I speak for all of us when I say we are grateful to have you. I think I can forgive you. This time. Thanks, everyone. Adol, we here in Danon share the same objective as you, to pursue Lord Eldiel, and to that end, there's something I need to show you. Would you come outside for a moment? Don't worry, you'll understand when you see it. This way, Adol. Duren's a good bean, guys. This place is so beautiful. It's the only part of the village where sunlight can get through, huh? It's the most sacred place in the entirety of the subterranean forest. Ha! The sun here is far too bright for the likes of us. Perfect for sealing away a certain powerful object, if I must say. See for yourselves in that shrine, but don't get too close now. There's a real strong barrier keeping it safe. Is that? No, it couldn't be. It's a mask! Yep. There is the Mask of the Sun. What? What's it doing here? I had it removed from Adol's grave. When the hell did you manage that? You were unaware of this? Yeah. Why is this village full of such terrible people? Come now, that's not very fair of you, Duren. If I had left it there, it may have fallen into the hands of someone who really shouldn't have it. And you were so busy saving Adol after he fell into that waterfall, you certainly couldn't have claimed it. You should be grateful Frida was watching out for you. Ugh. You saved me? Yeah, I was the one who pulled you out of the waterfall basin. Lord Eldiel was still unstable, groaning in agony like when we met him the last time in the tower, so she seized the chance to rescue you and somehow carried you all the way back to Kaznan. Still not sure how I pulled it off. I played my part as messenger, too. We all helped in our own way. And his allies are seeking the mask. They may be in the area. Is it safe to leave the mask so exposed? No need to worry. That shrine's guarded by a powerful force field that nothing bad could ever happen to, right? Right, everyone? Why are you looking at me like that? This may seem like an obvious question, but what exactly is the mask? The replicas Gruta's men produced were used to strengthen the physical prowess of the Roman soldiers. And the masks used in my village did the same thing. That's just a side effect. The Mask of the Sun really allows its wearers to read the Akashic records, where the world's blueprints are recorded. The Akashic records? I've never heard of such a thing before. What do you mean by the world's blueprints? Just what it sounds like. The world's structure, its properties, its origins. Everything that ever happened in the past, every damn thing that'll ever happen in the future. All collected in one book. What? Child of Highland, think for a moment of Lord Eldiel's actions and you'll have your answer. His actions, you mean giving people knowledge? Ah! Reading the blueprints of the world, using their contents to ration out knowledge and maintain global balance. That's the Mask of the Sun and the Akashic records that all made that possible. So Gruta's real objective is the world's blueprints and the key to reading them. Where are the Akashic records located? In the former capital of the kingdom of Celceta, deeper still within the forest. Yeah, and that's where Gruta's headed, no doubt. It's gotta be. He seemed to be mass-producing copies of the mask. Do you think he plans to use those to read the Akashic records? Pah, he's a talented magician, but no mere copy can even come close to approximating the words of the gods. It is possible, I bet, that in the process of duplicating the mask, he could have learned its true purpose. It's because of that he and the Romans came to this land. What do you... Elder! What's the meaning of this? We're busy here, you know? Well, a girl showed up demanding we give her the mask. A girl? Don't tell me that's sorceress. So this is where you all went. Is that? Lisa! Why are you... So you're the apostle girl, eh? Surprised you found this place. Where have you been? I'm sorry for worrying you, Adol. However, I'm afraid there's no time to explain myself right now. You seem to be in quite the hurry. Why exactly? Can't you take a moment to explain yourself again? You can't honestly expect us to hand over the mask on faith alone, little lady. I can save Lord Eldiel. Lisa? Guess you're not here under orders as an apostle, then. How about you at least tell us why you need the mask? At least then...
I'm sorry. So...
Whoa, what's going on? Above us! Okay. The white gap has so... What is that thing? It's huge. It's Lisa's fucking mecha. I apologize for being forced to take such an aggressive approach, but I simply don't have the time to do this any other way. Soul, if you'd please. What? It can't be. We need to subdue it. Duren, just don't hurt Lisa in the process. Don't let us down. I know. Can't let her break the barrier and take the mask battle. Sorry to ask, but will you lend us a hand? Of course. Thanks. Sorry to get you caught up in all this. Oh yeah. Wandering Mask points out that all of the apologies whenever Lisa orders the giant mech to attack, really good. Really good attention to detail there. Did we succeed? That was one hell of a battle. Actually, it wasn't, Duren. It went pretty well. No! I knew it. Conventional weapons aren't going to work against this thing. What? So this is a Galbalan, then. I'm sorry, everyone. Salt, do it!
No!
No, the barrier!
Thank goodness.
Now I can finally save Lord Eldio. Well done, little apostle. Whoosha! Stupid jump. Finally, the mask of the sun is mine. You're... Don't think too poorly of me, little apostle. I kept my word. I told you where the mask was, but I never once promised I'd let you have it. You only have your own naivete to blame for this. Should have known. You always did enjoy making a grand entrance, Gruda. But is this any way to treat your own people? What? What are you saying? Several years ago, one of our own broke the laws of our village and unraveled the secrets our ancestors sealed away. That man fled our village, taking a small group of supporters with him, and gave himself over to the Roman Empire. His name was Gruda, and he was once a magician from Danon.
Wait.
Stay where you are, Adol. Goddess Bommy and the Mass Division are occupying the village. You wouldn't want any unfortunate accidents, would you? Holding your own homeland hostage now. You are despicable. Just as much of a slime as ever. Unfortunately for you, I bear no emotional attachment to this dreary place. Perhaps it is destiny that I should obtain the mask here. In honor of this occasion, we shall hereby refer to ourselves as Darklings. Come now, is it really so surprising? It's a perfectly fitting name for those who have obtained the power of gods through these unorthodox means. Gruda, you really haven't changed at all, have you? What's a Darkling? Our ancestors referred to themselves as Darklings when they achieved the power of, deceived the gods and stole their power. We here in Danon hesitate even to say the word, it's considered impure. The blood of the Darklings flows through you now as much as it does through me. No matter how far you repress it, it's a part of you, and it always will be. Gruda! Regardless, now that I have what I seek, I see nothing more to be gained by remaining here. And though I may not have much attachment to this place, I suppose it is still my home, so I'll leave it peacefully today. Should you continue your fruitless attempts to stand in my way, however, I won't be quite as merciful. Wait! Jesus Christ, this guy. He's gone.
Lisa.
What have I done? Well, it's been one hell of a day. No point in standing around here, though. Let's go back to my place and sort this all out. Yeah, Gruda's fucking... He goes hard. So, young apostle, what were you trying to do with the Mask of the Sun? Gruda implied he said something to you about it. Yes, he told me the last time Lord Eldiel was behaving strangely and the Mask of the Sun was used to calm him. So I'm so sorry. That scumbag. Well, what's done is done. I'm more interested to know that you're a descendant of the Celcetan royal family, aren't you? How did you... Lisa is? Whoa, news to me. That white Galbalin of yours was the dead giveaway. Legend has it was created by King Lafance to fend off Lord Eldiel after he lost control of himself. So, King Lafance and Lord Eldiel fought each other? That's what they say. Not that there are any surviving records to confirm one way or the other, of course. What we do know for certain is that the Galbalins were created using a forbidden technology our ancestors sealed away. King Lafance was a righteous man, so knowing he allegedly resorted to the use of such technology shows his unease. Guess that explains how he was able to destroy the barrier. Soul was given to me by my father to carry out the rite of summoning. I was told he'd been passed down in the family for generations, but I had no idea his creation had come about under circumstances like that. You wrote on Soul too, Adol. Lisa used him to take you to see Lord Eldiel. Really? Yes. Lord Eldiel asked me to escort you to his room personally. And I have to say, it was no small task finding you out in that forest. Is that all we're talking about? The guy never sits still. Can't even sleep without sneaking out a window first. Oh, man. Yeah. No, I love that line. The thing I find most difficult to accept is that the man who attacked Highland was from Danon. Yeah, he had me completely fooled. There was no doubt in my mind that he was a Roman commander. Gruda was one of the most intelligent people in the village. He was also a wise man in his day, who loathed the sin our ancestors committed more than anyone else. And that hatred drove him to study the incident in greater detail. But somehow or another, during his studies, he became attracted to the power of the gods that they'd attempted to seal. Why would that be? Only he knows the answer to that. We naturally admonished the hell out of him for what he was doing. Just out of nowhere, he gathered a small group of supporters and left the village, and that was the end of that. In addition to keeping his eye on Lord Eldiel, we've also been trying our best to track him down all this time. Most likely, he managed to gain the support of Rome for his research into the mask, and now he's returned to the forest. So where's he headed? He must have sussed out the mask's true power by now. Which means that there's only one thing he could possibly be after. The Akashic Records, the blueprints of the world which can only be read using the mask's power. On the other side of the Ashen Forest is the old capital of the Kingdom of Celceta. It's called Elduk. And in its center sits the Temple of the Sun, where Lord Eldiel lived when the kingdom still existed. Supposedly, that's where the Akashic Records can be found. Supposedly. The door to the temple is sealed. We've tried to open it many times, but we've never been able to get inside. So we can't be certain what's in there, but considering his resourcefulness up to till now, Gruda may have found a way. When I was talking with Gruda, he also mentioned that Lord Eldiel's headed for Elduk as well. It seems Elduk is the main point of interest for all parties then. Including you, Adol. If you ever want to learn the truth about what happened to you, you need to confront Eldiel. That's what I'll do. Elduk, huh? This will be my first time there too. Elder, I would like to go with Adol as well. Me too. Well, you are familiar with the route. But are you sure? In a way, you may be the single most unsuitable person for this task. I'll be okay. I've had more than enough time for my wounds to heal. Frida. Well, I know better than to argue with you. Nothing I say is going to change your mind. Go on ahead. They'll need a guide anyway. Thank you, Elder. So, yeah, we're headed towards Endgame. I'll be going on ahead towards Elduk. Are you sure you'll be okay on your own? I won't be alone. I have Soul with me. And there are a few things I'd like to look into. About your ancestor, King Lafance. Yes, I'd like to know what happened to King Lafance and Lord Eldiel when the Kingdom of Celceta fell. If I can learn even that much, I might be able to find some means of returning Lord Eldiel to normal. Well, don't push yourself too hard, okay? Not gonna say anything at all. Catch up as soon as we can. I'll be eagerly awaiting you. Take care, everyone. I'm certain that one day Eldiel and I will be able to drink tea together again once more. And I'll be certain to brew the best tea I can possibly find. Goodbye for now. And there she goes. Feminine yet courageous. She's a fine girl, eh, Ozma?
No!
I had no intention of... Man, they're all like animals, aren't they? Duren, please refrain from making such comments. The others have begun grouping me with you. Ozma. Poor boy. It's time we should get moving. Adol, we have a lot of ground to cover.